Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Tina. It's good to be back and have you in the kitchen with me. Thanks for joining me. Today's video is a fun video. It's actually part of an open collaboration that I am co-hosting with my friend Tammy over at Mountain Grandma, and it is called Jello in July. So I have a playlist on my channel with the other channels that are participating. Anybody can drop a channel. This can be anything related to Jello or Jello pudding, right? I like to see what you make. You know, sometimes I think Jello is a little underrated and isn't used as much anymore as it used to be when I was growing up as a kid. But let me show you where my recipe is coming from. It's called The Joys of Jello. And I picked this up in a used bookstore in my local area. And I just love going to this used bookstore because they have so many great old cookbooks, which I don't think you can ever have enough, right? And so I am going to be making the creamy pineapple salad today. And so I had everything here for it, and I thought what a great way to use up some of my stuff. So let's get cooking, or let's get going with the recipe, and I'll take you along as we make this wonderful creamy pineapple Jello salad. So the first thing that we just did was empty one box, which is 3 ounces of lemon Jello. And to that, I am going to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Yes, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you can hear in the background my water is boiling. And we are going to mix this and dissolve this all together. There we go. 1 cup of water, and we are just gonna mix it until everything is dissolved. Boy, you can sure smell the lemon in that. It just smells so good. I think that looks nice and dissolved there. Almost. Once you have your Jello and your salt dissolved, you're going to come in with about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then to that I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of pineapple juice from the canned pineapple that we're using, and we're going to pour that in here. And then to that, we are going to give it a nice little stir just to kind of mix things in. And then we are going to add 1 cup of sour cream. Yes, sour cream. This is what makes it creamy. I need to use this sour cream before it goes bad too. So it's a good thing that I'm using it today, don't you think? All right, so once I have that in, we are then going to beat it. Once that's done, I'm gonna come over here with my dish, and I'm actually gonna pour this in my dish, and then it's gonna go into the freezer for anywhere between 20 and 25 minutes. And you wanna make sure that the center is soft and the edges are a little hard. So one of the reasons why I chose this pan because of the lid. So let me get that in here, clean up the mess, and I'll see you in a minute. It's been about 25 minutes. Let's check our we're gonna check our Jello. So you want it to be firm around the edges but soft in the center. That's what it says. Oh why this is giving me problems to open. There we go. I was holding it over here. Oh, whoopsies. Okay, so I'm going to pour it back into the bowl. As you can see, it firmed up around the edges. Right here, you can see how that firmed up. Let's get that back in the bowl. I'll tell you, it sure smells fantastic. And then we are going to come back in with our beater, and we are going to beat this until it is fluffy. Once you have that all beat together, it's not as fluffy as I would like it, but it certainly is a lot thicker. You're gonna come in, and I had some whole pineapple chunks, and I went ahead and just crushed it with my immersion blender. And this is about 4.5 ounces of pineapple, and we are just gonna fold this in. And I am gonna pour it back into this bowl or pan. You want to make sure you get all of it out. Don't leave any in there and waste it. And you're going to put it back in the refrigerator until it sets up firm. The recipe says anywhere between 30 to 60 minutes, but from right now, I'm just going to give this a little taste just to see what it tastes like. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and put this lid back on and just let it set up, and I will show you the final product in just a bit. All right, let's just get this going. I just think it's so pretty. Make sure I get a little bit. There we go. I got some pineapple. I haven't bit cherries. Would be really good in here. Maraschino cherries. That's really good and light and refreshing. Sour cream gives it just a nice little sour kind of taste, but the pineapple brings out the sweetness paired with the lemon. It's so good, friends. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I do hope if you are another content creator, you would create a video and just tag myself, Life in the Piedmont and Mountain Grandma, and we will add you to the playlist. So don't forget, Jello in July, friends. See you on the next video. Bye. Be blessed.